everyone! Today we will talk about Tensorflow! Whee! So, if you guys hear the word Tensorflow, what comes to your mind? What do you guys think about? Total Kim. Just tensor. Diarrhea? What? All of a sudden? Tensor meaning TensorFlow is full. What the heck? TenseFlow. Ah, cause it's tensed flow, so you think of diarrhea? Electrical wire kind of thingy. Neural network. Ah. Feminine hygiene product. Oh? So guys, let's look into what TensorFlow is. And I have cat hair all over my face. God. So TensorFlow is a free and open source software library for machine learning and artificial intelligence. So not feminine hygiene, unfortunately. Is it unfortunate? It can be used across a range of tasks, but has a particular focus on training and inference of deep neural networks. So whoever said neural networks, you were somewhat correct. TensorFlow was developed by Google Brain team for internal Google use in research and production. Oh, I didn't know about this. The initial version was released under the Apache License 2.0 in 2015. Google released the update version of TensorFlow named TensorFlow 2.0 in September 2019. So it should maybe be officially called TensorFlow 2.0. AI for feminine hygiene would be pretty interesting. TensorFlow can be used for a wide variety of programming language, most notably Python as well as JavaScript, C++, and Java. This flexibility lends itself to a range of applications in many different sectors. Now the history. Starting in 2011, Google built Disbelief as a proprietary machine learning system based on deep learning neural networks. So 2011 was kind of the start of programming language, right? Its use grew rapidly across diverse alphabet companies in both research and commercial applications. Google assigned multiple computer scientists, including Jeff Dean. I don't know who this guy is, to simplify and refactor the code base of Disbelief into a faster, more robust application-grade library, which became TensorFlow. So I guess this guy is important in like finalizing to TensorFlow. 2019, the team led by Jeffrey Hinton. Oh, I've heard of him. I think he's very famous AI professor or researcher from my studies, had implemented generalized backpropagation. Oh, very important AI technique, guys. Pippuji, this one. And other improvements which allow generation of neural network with substantially higher accuracy. For instance, a 25% reduction in errors in speech recognition. Interesting. So like a repository for Linux, but for AI learning. For TensorFlow, I guess so. What would that AI be doing? The feminine hygiene AI? Recommending you the best feminine hygiene for your body figure. Yeah. Oh! So we would have to input like how much blood you... Okay, should I stop? Wasn't that around the time IBM made their AI learning language? Did IBM make their own learning language? I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that. I've done some TensorFlow projects and it's pretty good. Yeah. I know, isn't that... It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Anything that you could recommend if you have sufficient data, you could create anything, guys. So TensorFlow is Google Brain's second generation system. Version 1.0.0 was released on February 11, 2017. While the reference implementation runs on single devices, TensorFlow can run on multiple CPUs and GPUs. Oh, I didn't know about this. TensorFlow is available on 64-bit Linux, Mac OS, Windows, and mobile computing platform, including Android and iOS. Oh, really? Its flexible architecture allows for the easy deployment of computation across a variety of platforms, and from desks to clusters of services to mobile and edge devices. TensorFlow computations are expressed as stateful data flow graphs. The name TensorFlow derives from the operations that such neural networks perform on multi-dimensional data arrays, which are referred to as tensors. During the Google I/O conference in June 2016, Jeff Dean stated that 1,500 repositories on GitHub mentioned TensorFlow, of which only 5 are from Google. Wow, they should be very proud of this. Wait, I have a question about using like TensorFlow. So if people use TensorFlow or like if they mentioned TensorFlow on their repository, do Jeff Dean get money, or is it an open source that he just lends it out for free? Does anybody know about that? We should develop our own AI for running for what? Probably open source license? Yeah, so I guess maybe this one is open source then. Is TensorFlow open source? Why didn't they talk about this? He gets just street credit. Ah. So he's actually a kind of streamer. He gets donation then from people if they use it. In December 2017, developers from Google, Psycho, Red Hat, CoreOS, and KaiCloud introduced Qflow at the conference. Qflow allowed operation and deployment of TensorFlow on Kubernetes. Guys. Which is an open source container orchestration system for automating software deployment, scaling, and management. Oh. Yeah. Hey. Oh no. No. Error. Help. Ah. Hello. I'm having technical difficulties today. What the heck? So December, there's March, some updates, June, January, May for computing, computer graphics, deep learning and computer graphics, etc. And then May 2016, Google announced Tensor Processing Unit. Wow. Which is an application-specific integrated circuit. Oh, ASIC. Oh, I know this. Built specifically for machine learning and tailored for TensorFlow. Oh, I didn't know they had a processing unit for TensorFlow. So Google announced they had been running TPUs inside their data centers for more than a year and had found them to deliver an order of magnitude better optimized performance per watt for machine learning. Oh, so there's actually a unit. I wonder if we can buy this separately. If on GitHub, it's mostly open source. Docker and Kubernetes would be a good topic for next stream. Oh, okay. Remind me. Allow you. What? And then May 2017, they announced the second generation as well as the availability of the TPUs in Google Compute Engine. So they talk about the performance. There's also the third generation, delivering up to 420 teraflops of performance and 128 gigabyte high bandwidth memory. And then in 2018, Google announced that they were making TPUs available in beta on the Google Cloud platform. So So you can actually use their TPUs if you use Google Cloud. Tensor chip is in my phone? Oh, really? Oh. So, that's cool. And then there's Edge TPU, which is designed to run TensorFlow-like machine learning models on small client computing device such as smartphones. Ah, so this is for smartphone machine learning. Oh, there's also a Pixel version. 2017, Google released the Google Pixel 2, which featured their Pixel Visual Core, a fully programmable image vision and AI processor for mobile devices. Oh! Damn! Wait, so I can run TensorFlow on Pixel? Or it has Tensor in my phone, because I have Pixel 2. Wait, I should look into this. That would be something fun to try. So, some of the features for TensorFlow is auto differentiation, is a process of automatically calculating the gradient vector of a model with respect to each of its parameters. With this feature, TensorFlow can automatically compute the gradients for the parameters in a model, which is useful to algorithms such as backpropagation, pronounce today, which require gradients to optimize performance. And then I guess there's a bunch of ones like Egger execution, distribution, losses, matrix, TFNN, and optimizers. So now the usage, we only care about the usage, at least for me. So TensorFlow serves as a core platform and library for machine learning. TensorFlow's API uses Keras to allow users to make their own machine learning models. Wow! In addition to building and training their models, TensorFlow can also help load the data to train the model and deploy it using TensorFlow serving. TensorFlow provides a stable Python API. Yeah, I used Python to run TensorFlow, as well as APIs with backward compatibility guarantee for JavaScript, C++, and Java. Now so I guess TensorFlow is also available in other languages too, like these. Tensorflow.js, it means that they also have a library for machine learning and JavaScript. Using the provided JavaScript APIs, Tensorflow.js allows users to use either Tensorflow.js models or converted models from TensorFlow. So now the integration, NumPy is one of the most popular Python data libraries, and TensorFlow offers integration and compatibility with its data structure. NumPy ND arrays. Wow. It's been so long since I've heard these terminologies. Are automatically converted to TensorFlow tensors in TF operations. So I'm guessing they're saying that they use the NumPy feature integrations in Python. And then some extension, Google Colab. So Google Colab is a TensorFlow Jupyter Notebook environment that does not require any setup. It runs on Google Cloud and allows users free access to GPUs and ability to store and share notebook on Google Drive. Yeah, so when I used to do programming, they said it's better to use this Google Colab because they have better GPUs than the computer that I was using. I was using LG Gram, guys. Not a good programming keyboard or programming computer. So. Google sell TPU in the form of a USB stick called Coral AI. Damn, that's so interesting. If we talk about Dockers and K8s, people's head may explode. Yeah, before people's head, my head might explode. Stochastic gradient descent are important to understanding why they use it, I think. Oh, containerization with Docker as a concept is pretty straightforward. Just keep it theory level. Should be good for stream. Okay, that'll be interesting. Now, applications. Damn, really? So, medical, GE Healthcare used TensorFlow to increase the speed and accuracy of MRI in identifying specific body parts. Oh. Oh, really? Google used TensorFlow to create Derm Assist, a free mobile application that allows users to take pictures of their skin and identify potential health complication? Really? Should we try Derm Health or Derm Assist? And then Synovation Ventures used TensorFlow to identify and classify eye disease. Oh, from the OCT scan. Wow. Social media, Twitter implemented TensorFlow to rank tweets by importance for a given user. Well, that's so weird. And then the photo sharing app VSCO used TensorFlow to help suggest custom filter for photos. And then obviously search engine, Google officially released RankBrain, backed by TensorFlow. Education, ooh, in space used TensorFlow to filter out toxic chat messages in classrooms. Liu Li Shuo, an online English learning platform, utilized TensorFlow to create an adaptive curriculum for each student. Oh, this is actually very interesting. And then TensorFlow was used to accurately assess a student's current abilities and also help decide the best future content to show based on those capabilities. Oh, that's interesting. And then used in retails and research. Isn't this so cool? So this is the original picture. And then they were able to recreate this image using TensorFlow. That's so crazy. So that's all for TensorFlow, guys. What are your conclusion? Conclusion. TensorFlow is not Tensor. Sorry, Toll, but you're not it. PyTorch is somewhat important because I think this is the opposite of Tensor. And then diarrhea, yeah. And then electrical wire kind of thingy. I mean, it's somewhat similar because it, maybe not wire, but it kind of gives signals. So, but neural network, and then maybe not feminine hygiene. Yeah. So, in the end, conclusion-wise for TensorFlow, I want to say TensorFlow is... when I first learned about TensorFlow, I was really interested. So anyone who's interested in AI development, AI programming, machine learning, you know, all the fancy recent terminologies that people use, if you're interested in doing that, I would highly recommend you learning TensorFlow. Because you get lots of money if you are in this AI field, because everyone wants to do that. So another conclusion, I actually didn't know it's made from Google, so I could see why Google is getting all the credibility. You should also consider using the collab thing that Google provides. I think it's Google Collab because it's really nice. It's, if you're in college, I highly recommend using this. It's gonna be better than your computer. So, yeah. And I guess TensorFlow... See, I feel like you'll sound smarter if you say, oh, I actually know how to use TensorFlow in my AI, machine learning, blah, 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 etc, etc. But, you know, better than AI. Because AI is just a buzzword, I feel like, so... And my last statement for TensorFlow is... Anything? Last thing. It's a new famous language. I don't even know if we should consider this as language, but maybe machine learning. It's not language. What word? What tool? New famous tool for AI. So definitely be interested in learning. Time to write a TensorFlow model to screen new streams to follow on Twitch. You would do that, Josh. It's a library. Yeah, library/tool. That's all for TensorFlow, guys. I hope you guys learned something. Because I did. And see you with the next language or tool or library. So thanks guys for listening for about TensorFlow.